Hello, welcome. This is the next build. This is the Nerf Halo battle rifle. It has been modified. It is now a Smart Parts Ion that is mag fed. Take it apart and we'll cut back in a second. Okay, so here's the inside. We have the front cap or front housing. Then we have the feed guide between the mag and the ion itself. The modifications that I have done to this: I've extended the trigger contacts. I have extended the inlet hose for the air. I have installed a macro line that runs in behind to an ASA in the buttstock. Here's a quick disconnect for a remote line. Aside from that, this is essentially all that I've done to the ion. Now if we look at what I've done to the Nerf gun, this is the pump arm that came with the Nerf gun. All I've done here is cut off the pump and then added channel to hold the pump arm in place in this channel here. So this piece here, and this back cap here is what holds the pump arm in place. Just purely cosmetic. If we look on the other side of the shell, we can see that there is a part that's printed here. All this is a cap. Just covers up the opening just to make a nice clean look. And on the inside, a lot has been done here. All this was done with a Dremel, with a sanding head and a 2-flute, I guess, end mill cutter. I found that using the end mill cutter to remove the majority of the material. So you just cut along, take out that big chunk, and then you can follow that in with the sander head just to clean it up. Worked the best. As you can see here, I roughed up the body, which allowed me to apply epoxy and hot glue to fill in any open gaps that I made. The mag well itself that I used was too large for the body, so I had to cut it away and fill it in with epoxy. But once you flip it over from a distance, you can't tell. I did this on both sides. So put this back over here. So now to look at the Smart Parts Ion and this part of the gun. We'll pull this forward a bit. So to break it down, we have the ion, the feed tube, the mag well, the regulator, the board, the ASA. To remove all this, as you can see right here, I filled in all the empty space to allow the ASA to fit in there snug. Now we'll pull out the board itself. All I've done here is extended the inlet airline just to relocate the regulator. This seemed to be the only good spot to seat it. This has also been filled with hot glue, epoxy, just to fill in the open space. Set that back in place. This is just a stock ion body, but what I did was, underneath, I drilled and tapped. I used a basic machine screw to run in through the block into the body. Now, looking at the magwell itself, you can see, all it is just a channel that runs in from the magwell. So, the mag is pushed in, it presses in the collar that's in the mag, which feeds the rounds into the body itself. Simple as that. That's it. All I did was shave down the body here just to make room. The ASA itself is just a Tippmann 98 with pre-installed remote line. That seats, and if you can see here, it clears for the pins for the body. So the body and the hot glue inside holds the ASA in place. No mechanical screws, nothing. Completely solid. This guy drops in here. This guy. When it came to the trigger itself, all I did was desolder from the board, run wires, and matched up the solder points. I ordered these off Amazon, small micro switch, worked perfectly fine. You can hear it. Works just fine. That's all I've done. That is the basics of how I built. If you guys want a detailed, in-depth build of how everything was done, leave it in the comments, and if enough people want it, I'll make it happen. Alright guys, cheers. Till next time.